welcome back to the channel, guys. Dave from Horizon Fish Keeping. Hope you're all well and you're having a great weekend. We've got an awesome video today. We've had some good news in the fish room, which is awesome. So stick around. We'll go through the fish room a little bit and we'll talk about what's going on. So if you guys are new to the channel, you might not know that we've got some Limia perugiae in this tank. We've had them for about a month now. That's these guys just here. They're absolutely awesome. We'll set this tank up. Basically, we've got the Dumbo snakeskin male guppies and the blacktail females, so we're going to try and breed them. And we're also trying to breed the Limia perugiae as well. And these guys are awesome. It's going to be quite hard to film because they're pretty lively, as you can see. They're quite a rare live bear of these. I've never seen them before, and when I did see them in the shop, I managed to get one male and 3 females, so that's pretty cool. Well, these guys have actually spawned, so if I just take you around to the fry tank now. So as you can see, guys, we've got some Limia perugiae fry just there. I think there's about 7 in total. We've waited about a month for these guys, so I'm really happy to see them in the tank. I was moving some plants around this afternoon, and I decided that I'd sort of have a shift round in that tank in the plant section. And I just noticed one of the guys there, and these guys are absolutely beautiful. For live bear fry, it's probably one of the best I've seen. They've got sort of like the colours of the parents. I think we maybe have this one here in the centre could be a male, and I think the chances are the other ones are going to be female. And I'm not 100% sure, but just by the coloration of that guy there. But yeah, they look absolutely awesome. We also had some good news in the big tank as well. We had some costumers had spawned. The one that I saw on there, I think it was sort of a brown with a white spot. So you can probably just see we've got some just in the centre of the screen there. You'll see the black at the bottom. That's actually a Pleco fry. I think there's only about 5 or 6 of these survived, with it being such a big tank with big fish in. I actually pulled the eggs from the tank and I put them in a bubbler. I managed to get a few of them hatched, but most of the eggs were fouled because I got them quite late. There's just a couple more just there as well. So I think there's about 5 of these guys. I think they're going to be black, but I'm pretty sure that one of them's albino as well. I'll just see if I can try and see where the albino one could be hiding. They like to go on this. I usually put a little piece of wood just in there. Just for them to graze on more than out, and I do baby brine shrimp as well and Hikari first bites for them guys, and I just sort of feed them up as I'm going along. There's another fry there just on top. I think there's one just there hiding in the mulm as well. He's just sort of chilling out. There's probably going to be a few around the wood and stuff, so there might be a bit more than 5, but these guys are pretty cool. And thanks again to NY Gold and Preston BC for your recommendation on putting some divers in the tank. That did work, and we've now got the rams have spawned in the back there, if you can just see. So this is the first spawn that I've seen of these guys. Again, thanks again to Preston BC and NY Gold for the recommendation on putting some diver fish in there. It certainly helped with the spawning. Because they have spawned sort of thing. So I've actually put diver fish in all my ram breeding tanks now. I've set this one up here because we've moved the ghost knife fish from this tank now. He's got to about 4 inch in size, so I've actually moved him up to the big tank where the remainder of the rams are. I'll show you that tank in a second. So we had the coconut hut in there with the ghost knife fish. We've got another breeding pair of rams in here now, but they were just a ghost knife on its own. And we fed him up to about 4 inch. I just thought it was starting to look a bit big in this tank, so I've actually taken the coconut hut out and moved it up into the tank above. There's about 5 or 6 rams in there as well, and there's a couple of guppies. You know, there might be about sort of 10 guppies in there. But like I say, I'll show you when I switch over. So this is the 200 litre tank. We've moved the ghost knife into this tank now from the one underneath. We grew them out to about 4 inch, like I said, and it was getting a little bit too big for the little tanks, so we popped them up in here. In this tank here, we've got about 10 guppies, the 4 inch ghost knife, and also some of the rams that haven't paired off yet. So I've put the coconut hook that the ghost knife likes to stay in, just at the back. We've also picked up some water lettuce plants. I'm going to pop a few bits of that in all the tanks. But yeah, we've had a bit of escape in this tank as well. I've moved the Amazon swords because we had them in a clump at the front. I've moved them just to the rear of the tank, just so it makes it a little bit easier to pull out the fish. And then we've just got the Limia sessiliflora at the front there. A couple of crypts and stuff at the front, and then just a baby Amazon sword at the left hand side there. So yeah, this tank's going pretty well. We're just going to keep on going with this one, I think. Just try and pair up the rams that we've got there. And hopefully we'll grow up the ghost knife probably to about 7" maybe. Hopefully by this time I'll have these other fish out of here, because we don't want the ghost knife eating them, which he will. So if we can get him up to about 7" that'd be perfect, and then we'll transfer him over to the Oscar tank then. I just want to get some size on him before I put him in, because he was quite small. He was only about 2 inches when I got him, so I didn't want to put him in there and he just sort of gets eaten straight away. So that's the 200 litre tank. And then we've just got the shrimp tank that we set up a couple of weeks ago. You've probably seen this on a few of my videos as well. Don't know what this guy's doing on the glass. I've had one loss out of all the shrimp that I bought. I bought 6 Bloody Marys, I think it was. Yeah, 6 Bloody Marys, and I bought 6 cherry shrimp. We do have just one here, which is buried after reading up on it. So that's a cherry female. Sorry about the focus, it's trying to track the bubbles. So let's get back of it. So she's buried there, so it looks like they're breeding. I've noticed some molts in the tank as well, so I think they're going alright, this tank. Recently just purchased this as well, this shrimp feeding pipe thing, but the snails seem to go to it more than the shrimp do. They're starting to get used to it a bit. That's one of the Bloody Mary shrimp right there, so pretty cool, these guys. So I'm going to start breeding these as well. So yeah, it's a little shrimp tank, sponge filter in the back there, cheap Amazon heater as usual. We've got plants in this one, actually, some different ones. We've got the water lettuce on top, which I've just got today. There's also some duckweed and some salvinia on top there. You can just see there's some. These are really healthy. So I'll wait for some of them to grow. That's just a probe for the temperature gauge thing. This. So then with the other plants we've got Java ferns. This one's called Christmas moss, I think. It's a type of Java moss. I've actually planted it in the substrate, and I know you don't have to do that. I've just planted it so it keeps it there. So I know there's no roots or all like that, 'cause it's an epiphyte plant, so it'll just grow on rocks and stuff like that. But I've just popped it there just to keep it in place. Then when I bought the shrimp, I got a piece of this swassetang, which is just at the back there, and that's kind of moss type of deal as well. But I asked when I went into the shop to buy them, they had some in the tank, and I said, just can I have a little piece of that? And the piece was like this small, and it's grown quite big. So yeah, it's going pretty well. Got some guppy grass at the top as well there, just floating. We'll just put it in here because it's just to grow some more of it, really. I'll leave you for this one, guys. So I hope you're all having a great weekend. Stay safe as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.